Hey, yo.
Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Scam Alert. If you didn't get a chance to watch the last episode of Scam Alert, I went over a thing going on in the world right now. I can't really say the name, but what I can tell you is that it starts with a ko and ends with a vid, or as my Jamaican character would call it, the Ronaman. So we're going to do an update on what the scammers have been up to since the world went to HE double hockey sticks, as well as I'm going to share with you an exchange that I had with one of these scammers, including a phone call that I made to them. There is definitely no doubt that scammers can get super creative, especially when the world seems to be in a state of panic. Now, make sure you watch to the end of this video because you're going to see a crazy, ridiculous scam someone told me about. And of course, it was just too juicy for me not to scam bait them. Apparently, I'm eligible for $1 million in relief from a very, very nice couple. As I mentioned before, I've gone over some of the ways that scammers have been trying to scam people, but you can add a couple more to that list. This first story comes to us from the Press Herald. They say that scammers have been sending text messages to people telling them they've been exposed to a person that has the code to the vid. The message tells the person to self-isolate and get tested, and of course has the associated link that is supposed to provide more information, but in reality is an attempt by scammers to gain someone's personal information. The second story comes to us from North Carolina, where police are warning people to beware of a text message being sent out by scammers with regards to people receiving their stimulus checks. Again, it too has a link, so remember to never click on a link being sent to you by an unknown source. Apparently, scammers have also set up fake drive-up or drive-through sites to perform fake tests. There's a story of a lady out of Kentucky that paid $240 for a throat swab outside of a church in Louisville, only for it to not be legit. So beware, guys, of what people are offering out there. And if you haven't verified that it is a legit site or place, please don't go. Now, the $1 million I told you about? Let's get the money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
This whole thing started when I was sent a message that said, scam. Please look into this for me. So I decided I would. My boss and his wife John and Lisa Robinson from Tennessee, USA donates the sum of $1 million US to you for co to the vid relief. Email your details to our lawyer Joe Townsend for claim, and then it has Joe Townsend's email address. So I decided to email Joe Townsend. Now, as I go through this, I'm going to play both parts. The scammer part, and I'm going to be me.
Hi there. I'm wondering what details you need me to send Joe for the claim. Thank you kindly, Gary W.
Joe, of course, replies back with, Dear Gary W., I am in receipt of your email. You should count yourself extremely lucky to have emerged a winner/beneficiary to John and Lisa Robinson's cash donation of $1 million from their lottery winning. Your amount $1 million can be claimed in check payout or bank-to-bank wire transfer. You are required to complete donation claim form below and provide any proof of identification. And then it lists a bunch of information they need. Upon receipt of the above claims requirements, you will be directed and also contacted by your choice payment department. Congratulations once again, Joe Townsend, Associate. I reply back with,
This is life-changing. How did I get chosen? My wife died last year and her cancer treatments were expensive. I'll benefit so much from this. Thank you. My name is Gary Willikers. My address is 593 Vine Street. I'm retired. I'm 80 years old. I'm American.
And I give him my phone number. This is my only email. And so forth and so on.
Your assistance is appreciated. Kindly, Gary W.
2 days later, he replies back with, Attention, Gary Willikers. You must contact the correspondent bank via the contact details below for the immediate transfer of your funds. Then he provides a bank name and so forth and so on. Congratulations again. Regards. Now the phone number obviously was long distance, so I didn't even bother trying it. So I replied back with,
How do I contact?
He replies back with, via email or telephone number. So I reply back with,
I've tried dialing that number, but it says it's out of my calling area. Who am I supposed to contact and where are they located? Thank you for your prompt response, Gary.
Now, it being really late at night, I realized that they probably weren't going to answer, so I came back with this email.
I don't know why I called them at this time of night. My apologies. I will try again tomorrow, perhaps to a local number if you have one. Thank you, Mr. Townsend.
He replies back with, you can send an email also to, and he provides information to send an email to. Then I reply back with,
thank you, Mr. Townsend. I will send an email now before going to bed. Have a good night.
So then I send an email, the very first email, to Miss Langan.
Good evening, Miss Langan. I was told I had to contact you for the transfer of my funds. Thank you for your attention in this important matter. Gary.
Joe replies back to my original email that I had sent him about having a good night, and he says, okay, please do have a wonderful night rest. Good night. Then I reply back with,
Mr. Townsend, the email you sent me takes me to this bank site. Is this correct?
And I provide a link. Now, what I was trying to do here is I was actually trying to fish to see if I could get his IP address so I would know where he was located. But unfortunately, they did not click on any of the links that I sent them throughout this entire ordeal.
Thank you, sir. I will await your response. Gary W.
Joe replies back with, I'm here to serve as fiduciary agent to guide you towards receiving your funds legitimately. I didn't send you any link than this. And he provides the link that he originally sent me. Then I reply back with,
yes, and when I clicked on it, it took me to the Sant US website with login information needed. I was wondering if that was the same as the link I sent you. Thank you for your help, Gary.
He replied back with, okay, Gary, all you have to do is copy and paste the email on the message you are sending to the bank. I'm glad you have been able to send an email to the bank now. Thanks. I replied back with,
thank you. Good evening, Gary.
Then that morning, I get an email back from the supposed bank, this supposed Ms. Langan. And here's what she says. Attention, Gary. You are welcome to the Santander Bank, one of the largest bank by branches worldwide and by banking experience. Firstly, we do apologize for the delay in communication, which, as I have already informed the legal counsel in charge of your donation funds, Joe Townsend. At this time, we are pleased to inform you that we have been formally notified by our esteemed customer, Mr. and Mrs. John and Lisa Robinson, to transfer the sum of $1 million United States dollars in his e-current account under the request code to you being one of the beneficiaries. In this regard, on behalf of the Santander Bank, under full corporate responsibility and under penalty of perjury, we are hereby mandated to proceed with the release of Mr. and Mrs. John and Lisa Robinson donation funds to you as instructed. Below is the account online statement of Mr. John and Lisa Robinson for your perusal. Let us peruse, shall we? So we got all this information here about their account number and blah blah blah. Kindly fill the below bank opening application form and also provide us with an identification. This could be in form of your international passport, driver's license, or working identity showing you as Gary Willikers. Then it has some online application form here. Then it says, your donation funds, which amount to $1 million, will be credited to your operational bank account upon the receipt of the following information. Be fully assured that your information will not be misused, rather will be used for that which it was meant for. We are happy and proud to be associated with you, hoping that you will be glad to take advantage of our premium and expedient banking packages at the lowest possible cost. Santander Banks. Sincerely, Mrs. Allison Langan. So she was a Ms. before, now she's a Mrs. I reply back with,
Miss Langan, I have previously provided this information to Mr. Joe Townsend. Did he not forward it to you? He has it in his records. Thank you.
Gary W. They reply back with, we need you to follow our instructions and reconfirm the details we asked for verification so as to enable us set up your account. Have a blessed day. Joe then sends me an email out of nowhere and he says, hello Gary, I hope you are having a wonderful day. Please update me with the situation of things with the paying bank. Thanks, Joe. I replied to Santander Bank.
My full name is Gary Willikers. My address is now a different address than the one I sent Mr. Joe Townsend. My age is also different. I'm now 10 years younger.
Didn't catch on to this, guys. Not at all. And then I basically said to them that I have income from Social Security and I hope that this doesn't disqualify me from receiving any Social Security benefits and so forth and so on, and that I rent an apartment with my son and that I would be more than happy to accept cash or a check. I then send an email to Joe as well, and I say,
hi, Mr. Townsend. I have forwarded them my information. I thought since you are the fiduciary agent, you would have given them my information already. Is there a reason you did not? Thanks, Gary W.
The next morning, I get an email back from Joe, and this is what he says. Thank you, Gary, for your swift response to my email. Your information in my office is personal and private. I can only give out your information on your instruction. The bank will request for your information to validate with my office if they are dealing with the rightful beneficiary to avoid double claims. Congratulations once again. Thanks, Joe. Then I get an email later that morning from the bank, and he says, Attention Getty, you are welcome to the Alliance in Leicester Bank, United Kingdom, now part of the Santander World Group, one of the largest banks by branches worldwide and by banking experience. We are pleased to inform you that we have officially set up your new account with us, in which your donated amount has been used to open your account with our bank under deposit code blah blah blah. We are set to finalize the account reactivation and transfer of funds to you. Note, you would be required to immediately offset a refundable reactivation deposit of $5,500 to enable you effect the transfer of your funds without delay, because we have set up your account but it's inactive, hence the account activation fee. Once you reactivate the account, the amount of funds housed in that account becomes available to you for withdrawal or transfer to your nominated account, along with the reactivation deposit of $5,500 you have paid into that account. Hence, it is referred to as a refundable reactivation deposit. Please understand that this is a regular banking procedure anywhere and in your own best interest too. Note that there is no way you can transfer the funds because it is inactive, hence the urgent need for your account activation fee. Account activation is a banking procedure whereby an inactive account is made active by depositing a specified amount into that account as stipulated by the UK banking regulations, also applicable in every other country of the world. Also understand that the required reactivation deposit fee cannot be withdrawn from your inheritance because there is a hardcover insurance on the funds, which makes it impossible for us to do so, and moreover the account is in an inactive state, thus cannot be operated upon until it is activated. Please get back to us so we can give you the information to send the account reactivation fee. We are happy and proud to be associated with you, hoping that you will be able to take advantage of our premium and expedient banking packages at the lowest possible cost. Sincerely yours, Mrs. Alison Langan. Seems that is always their go-to line, that hoping that we can take advantage of their premium and expedient banking packages at the lowest possible cost. So basically, this has now become an advanced fee scam, where they're telling me, hey, you gotta pay this up front in order to get your $1 million. I reply back with,
Hello, Miss Langan. I do not fully understand why there is a fee. Can you explain further? Thank you.
Gary W. They reply back with, Hello sir, the reason for the fee is for an account reactivation because we just set up your donation funds account and there is no way it can be transacted upon unless an activation fee is paid to reactivate the newly opened account in your name and with your donation funds credited. This is the only way the funds can be transacted upon, which means it can be free of transfer upon activation. Thank you, and have a blessed day, and always keep safe with your family. So basically they're saying, look, it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo, right? They're trying to confuse you and me. So then I reply back with,
Miss Langan, thank you for the reply. I have free electronic transfers. You stated that there is a fee for an account reactivation, but where and when was their initial activation? Either way, please let me know how we can proceed with the transfer. If there is a way to waive the fee, that would be appreciated because, as I stated, I have unlimited electronic transfers that are free through my bank. Please refer to my bank here, where it states that they offer free transfers. Thank you.
And again, I placed another Grabify link to see if I could get them to click on it, and they wouldn't click on the link, which was a little frustrating, I'm not going to lie. They then reply back to me, Hello sir, when you are ready to finalize the account activation fee, we shall give you instructions on how to make the payment. Thank you and have a blessed day. I let an entire day go by where I didn't respond to them and they didn't respond to me, and then I sent them an email saying,
Good evening, Miss Langan. I'm ready to receive the funds. Please let me know how to proceed. Thank you and have a blessed day as well. Gary.
They replied back the following day with this. Thank you for your email response. Do you have the activation fee now? Get back to us so that we can send you the payment details of the accountant in charge of the activation process. I reply back with,
Good morning. It seems you are asking the same thing in every email. Yes, I have the money. Please send the details. Thank you.
They replied back with some banking information for some Hillary lady. We await the transfer slip as soon as the payment is made. Thank you and have a blessed day, and as always, keep safe with your family. I then reply back acting dumb and I say,
how would you like me to share the transfer slip with you? Thank you.
They reply back with, you can send it here, scan and send. Now this is where it starts getting interesting, because what I did is I sent them a completely blurry picture of a receipt. And I say,
hello, Miss Langen. Please find attached a scanned record of the transfer which I completed earlier today. Can you please provide me with the confirmation of the transfer of the funds for me to receive? Thank you.
They then reply back with, sir, this is not a scanned copy as it can't be viewed. Send it via attachment. It can't be seen or viewed. Have a blessed day. I then supposedly send it as an attachment. Same blurry picture, and I say,
I'm sorry. Please find it attached properly, Miss Langen. Thank you.
And this is what I sent them. They reply back with, not visible, sir. I don't want to believe that you are making a mockery of this. When you are ready to make the payments as instructed, kindly send a proper slip. Thank you. I reply back with,
Miss Langen, what do you mean? Is the scan not coming through? Please advise. Thanks. Gary.
They come back with, sir, nobody can view what you sent. Had my job me because I have other customers I am attending to. It is not showing, sir, and I believe you can either do better or please do what is right. Better still, if you truly made the transfer yesterday, you would send a visible and proper slip, as this one cannot be seen or viewed. Thank you. I come back with,
I'm sorry, but I do not know if I am doing something wrong on my end. My scanner is an Epson brand and it says it scanned perfectly fine. I can see everything on my end. I'm not sure what the challenge is here. I will rescan it again and resend it to you once more. My apologies, Gary.
They reply back with, sir, when you are ready to allow us to see the board scan copy, let us know. Remember, time is of the essence. Thank you. I reply back with,
Miss Langen, I'm very confused. What is happening here? Thank you, Gary.
They then reply back with, what you sent is not visible and we cannot see it. Scan it boldly. Or better still, use your phone to attach and add it to your email to us. We cannot view it. At this point, I send an email to Joe saying,
Mr. Townsend, I have sent the transfer receipt many times to Miss Langen, but she replies that she cannot read it. Please advise, sir. I believe time is of the essence. Thank you.
But it turns out that Mr. Joe Townsend's email has been blocked because I guess someone has reported it. I didn't, but someone reported it, and it tells me that it's been blocked. I then send an email back to the bank, and I say,
Miss Langen, I do apologize. I do not know how to attach it to a phone. I do not understand. I tried to see if Mr. Townsend could also help me, but his email was returned as invalid. What is going on? Please let me know. Thank you. Gary.
The bank is clearly frustrated at this point, and they say, it is not difficult to scan a document or slip. If you transfer the payment as instructed, sending the slip would not be a problem except you are not being sincere about the payment. I then reply with,
Miss Langen, I have done as you have requested. I am not very good with technology. My nephew set up this computer and scanned it for me. It shows up very clear on my end. Why are you accusing me of being insincere? Please advise on what I am to do because of the quarantine. I'm not able to have anyone come and help me. Thank you, Gary.
The bank replies back with, Sir, please use your phone to snap and send to us. We cannot view the scanned one. I then get an email out of nowhere from Joe Townsend again. And he says, Attention, Mr. Gary. I am sorry for my late response to know the situation of things with the bank. My company email administrator are currently undergoing email upgrade. Due to this, working from home. Once again, I am sorry for the inconveniences I must have caused you. I wait to hear from you. Thanks, Joe. At this point, he's using a Gmail email address. I reply back with,
Mr. Townsend, I've sent the transfer receipt many times to Miss Langen, but she replies that she cannot read it. Please advise, sir. I believe time is of the essence. Thank you.
Joe replies back with, What transfer receipt? Please urgently reply me. The bank then also replies and says, Sir, snap it with your phone. After that, let me know. Do you have WhatsApp? Me, then playing dumb, I reply with,
Do you mean to take a picture of it with my phone? WhatsApp? I don't know WhatsApp. Thank you. Gary.
I then send an email to Joe and I say,
Mr. Townsend, I've attached a scanned document. Please forward to Miss Langen. Do let me know what I'm supposed to do here. Thank you.
The bank then replies with, Yes, take picture with it with your phone. I then reply back to the bank,
Okay, I've taken the picture. What do I do now? Thanks, Gary W.
Joe then sends me an email out of nowhere and says, Mr. Gary, I really cannot view the image you sent. The front is too small and I can't view anything written on it. Try and increase the front, or maybe you should send from your phone. Santander Bank then sends me an email saying, text it to this number. And they give me a number which is a TextNow number. I reply back to Joe,
Mr. Townsend, she has told me to do that, but I don't know how to send it. I've taken the picture. What do I do now to send it? Thank you, Gary.
I reply back with,
Text it? Is that safe to do? I've heard from my nephew that it is possible for bad people to access messages like that. If you are sure, I will send it like that, but please confirm. Thank you, Gary.
Joe then replies to me saying, maybe it will be visible. The bank says, it is safe, text it. I then reply to Joe and say,
Yes, I just do not know how to send it through email. She has now requested that I send it via text message, but I don't know how safe that is. Thanks.
At this point, I decide to instead just call them up. This is the audio of that conversation. Remember, I'm supposed to be reaching Mrs. Langan here. Let's see how Mrs. Langan sounds.
Yes, hello?
Yeah, hello. You're on to Mr. Peter. How are you doing?
Yes, who's this?
Mr. Peter.
Mr. Peter. Who's Mr. Peter? I've been talking to Mr. Townsend and Miss Langan here.
From the Santander Bank, from one of our correspondents, Mrs. Alison Langer.
Yes, that's right. That's who I've been sending messages to. And
Yeah,
this is the
and
number that I'm calling,
this
so
is
I don't know who you are, sir.
this is this is the United States corresponding office. Mrs. Alison is in United Kingdom, and she informed me about the situation and said we should acknowledge the copy of the payment and then correspond to her. And the picture that you sent isn't correct. It is blurred and it is not clear. It is very obvious that you are not being sincere.
Sir, what do you mean, sir? I've been complying with everything that you guys have asked.
It's not about, yeah, we understand, but the picture you sent, the image you sent, you can look at yourself. Look at the picture you sent. Look at it on your text message. You can see it's blurred. It's not clear. Nothing is clear there. I cannot see anything.
Well, sir, I'm sorry,
Now,
but it's very clear here on my end. Everything is
it is
clear.
not clear. That is not correct. That is not true. And you know it. What you need to do, snap a picture, hold the copy of the receipt of the transfer slip, hold it and snap it. It will be clear. Images don't lie. Photos don't lie. We understand because she told me that you had issue with your scanner, which was very understood. But now this is an image, a photo image. It doesn't lie. When you snap and you send as a photo or as an image, it is clear. But this is not clear. So which means something is not clear. You're either not being sincere or you're taking us for a ride.
I don't know what you mean, sir. I don't know why would I do that, sir. There's there's
When
a lot
you
of
when
money at
you are
stake here,
ready,
and you're telling me
when you are ready to send us the clear image of the transfer slip, we will be at the service. Do have a nice day, sir.
what do you, sir? There's absolutely no reason why I would. Why would I do that, sir? This doesn't make any
Now,
sense.
now, would you?
I
Yeah.
don't
Now,
understand this technology,
now,
sir.
would you hold it? Would you hold it? Would you hold the receipt on your hand and snap it with the other hand? You have a phone with a camera. Hold the receipt on your hand, on the other hand, and snap it with the other hand, and then send to me.
You-
If we do not get a clear image, you can see it on your phone. If it's clear on your end, then that means you're not being sincere. Because look at the image you sent to me. Look at it on your text message. You will see that it is not clear at all. Not even the word can be seen on the paper.
Sir, that is not my fault.
Now the
It's
table, how come the table is clear? How come we can see the table clearly, but the claim, the receipts that you put on the table is not clear. So that means you are not being sincere.
sir.
We are not.
I don't understand why you keep saying that because at the end of the day, I've been doing everything you've been asking me to. I can take, if you would like, I can take a picture here with my hand and then send it to you right now if that's what you want.
Sir, hold the receipt on your hand, put it on your hand, and snap it, then send to us. Okay, well, can you do that?
Yes, give me a second. I'm gonna do that right now. Give me a second.
Good. If we did not get a clear receipt, we would not correspond to your messages anymore, and we would assume
Okay,
that
I
you
just
have
sent it,
those
sir. I
items,
just took
and
the
your funds
picture. I
and your
just took
funds
the
will be
picture and I just sent
and
it to you.
your funds will be confiscated and returned back, and your account completely closed.
And
Okay.
but the whole thing is, I just transferred this money. The amount of money that you asked me, I think it was 5,500. I've transferred that. I've got my receipt from my bank account as well. I have
Now it
everything
is
here, sir.
very simple. You put the receipt on your hand, hold it with your left hand,
Sir,
hold the
that
receipt with your left hand, and
sh-
snap it with your right hand, and send to us. Okay.
sir, I
Or you
sent you.
can do a video. Now you can do a video or do a video of the slip. Oh, very simple now.
I don't
Do a
understand,
video
sir.
of the
I don't
slip.
understand. I don't understand. I don't
You
even know.
understand that perfectly. You understand that perfectly. Even
No,
a 90-year-old man can do that. Do a video. A video. Go to your camera, go to video, and record the slip. Record the slip.
well, sir,
Record the receipt.
sir,
And send to us.
I
Okay?
don't know. Listen, I don't know who you are. I've been communicating with Mr. Townsend and Miss Langan, and all you told me your name, Mr. Peters. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know you. I mean, can you send me some kind of a validation as well on this message here? Can you send me a text message with your ID? Can you send me something to verify?
Okay. Now, may I inform you? I have my MSc in computer software.
I don't know what that
Engineering.
means, sir. I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen to me. Listen to me. What you just sent to me is very obvious. This is a Photoshop image.
Sir,
Your
I don't
hand does
what
not correspond
I
with
don't
the
even know what
receipt.
Photoshop is,
You have a
sir.
nice day.
Sir,
You have a nice day. Okay.
I don't
Have a
even know.
nice day and fuck off.
I don't know even.
I'll help you.
Sir, I don't know why you hung up on me. That's very, very rude, sir. Very rude.
Well, it's very obvious that you are playing with us, and we are not in for that. Okay.
Sir, I'm not
Have a
playing.
nice day. Your
I'm not playing, sir.
funds
I
get
just
back
sent you.
confiscated.
Excuse me?
This is a Photoshop. This is a Photoshop image. Okay.
Sir, I don't even know what Photoshop is, sir. What is Photoshop?
Then you must be the dummy of the year. Okay.
Sir, I am 70 years old. I don't have any of these technological advances. I don't know how to
Then
do a
fuck
lot of
off.
things. I'm sorry, I don't
Then
know how to
fuck
do
off.
it.
Then you go ahead. Okay. If you're ready, we'll be at the service. But for now, do have a nice day and goodbye.
I
Okay.
don't understand, sir. I've sent you pictures. I've sent you my pictures and I've sent you the scans of the image, the receipt.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Why, sir, why are you upset, sir?
We're not upset. We are not upset.
Sir,
Let
you
us
hung
answer
up on me,
anything you
sir.
want to do with your
Sir, you hung up on me. That means you're upset, sir.
No, because we know your kind, and we know
You know my
and we know how
kind.
to your kind. Okay. Now, how old do you say you are? How old are you?
I'm 70, sir.
Somebody. When were you born? What year were you born?
Are you kidding me right now, sir?
What year were you born?
I was born in 1950. What? I don't understand.
What's the date of birth?
It's February 14th. What is going on here? Why are you asking me
you
these
married?
details?
Are you married?
No, sir, I'm not married. I'm widowed, sir.
You're widow. Do you have any kids?
Sure. Why is
Do
this
you have
relevant,
any-
sir? Why is this relevant,
Do
sir?
you have any kids? Do you have any kids?
Sir, of course I have a son. What does that
Where's
matter?
your son? Where is your son?
He doesn't live with me.
Now, do you live alone?
Do I live alone?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In your own house?
Sir, why are you asking me these
Do you
questions?
live alone in your own house?
Sir, why are you asking me these questions, sir?
Would you answer our question? Do you live
Sir,
alone in your
why
own
are
house?
you asking me these questions? I've already answered these questions, sir.
Do you live alone in your own house?
Do I live alone in my house? Of course I do, sir.
Okay, good. Now, do me a favor. Do a video recording of the sleep and yourself and send to us. Okay, that way you can.
Sir, I don't know how to do that. Sir, I don't know how to do that. You're asking me to
You
do
are
things.
a
I
Then you
ex-
are a fucking liar.
excuse me, sir.
then you are a liar. Okay. If you don't know how to do video at this age, then you are a liar. Okay. It is very simple. The same way you snapped it. You can
Look,
go to
sir,
your phone, go to your video, and do a video recording of the sleep and yourself.
sir, I will
Send to
send
us.
you.
Okay.
Listen, sir, I'm going to. Can I send you a link here to my bank information so you can see for yourself what I'm talking about?
No,
I've
it is
got the
not
receipt.
necessary.
I've got the
We
receipt
don't
right
need
here.
anything to your bank information. Okay. We don't need a link to your bank
You
information.
don't
That
need,
is
but
simple.
that is where I
You are
transferred the money
serious?
from.
Do a video recording.
That is
Do
where
a
I said,
video recording.
sir.
What phone do you use? What phone do you use?
I believe this is an iPhone. I believe. It's got a,
Oh, very good.
I believe.
iPhone. Then go to your camera and just close a video and do a video recording of this copy of the receipt and yourself and send to us. Okay.
Sir, I don't know
Can
why.
you do that?
No, sir, I don't know how to do that. I apologize. I'm so
of course,
sorry.
but you do. But then
Sir,
how did you snap it? How did you snap
you
it with
cannot.
How did you snap it?
Why can't you
How
send
did
me
how
anything
did you
yourself?
snap it with your phone? How did you snap it with your phone? How did you snap it with your phone?
Excuse me?
How did you snap these you sent? The photo you sent. How did you snap it?
When you told me that I could use it on my phone, I hit the home button and I hit the camera button, but it only lets me take
Good,
pictures.
bro.
I am on the phone with you right now, sir. I am on the phone with you right now. I am on the phone with you right now.
The same way, hit the home button, hit the camera, and then go to video, and then do a video recording of the sleep and yourself, and then send to me. Simple as that.
You are a very aggressive man. Do you know that? You're
I'm a
very
good man,
aggressive.
because I'm principled. I'm a principled man. Okay. Now you go to
No,
the home
you're a
button,
very
go to the
aggressive
camera setting,
man.
and get to the
You're a
video,
nasty man. I'm going to put a complaint here because the way you're speaking to me is ridiculous.
Go to your
Let
home
me
button,
speak to
go
your
to your home
manager.
button,
Let me
go to
speak
your
to your
home button,
manager. Let me speak to
go
your
to your
manager. I don't
go
want
to
to
your home
speak with
button.
you anymore. Let me speak with your manager.
You are speaking with a foreign operation manager. Okay.
You
So that
need
is why I'm telling you.
you need to
Go
be
to your home
dismissed.
button.
You need to be dismissed. The way you speak to me is horrible. How do you speak to someone like this? How?
That's because you are horrible. Go to the home button and go to your camera and then go to your video. Do a video recording of yourself in the sleep and send. Okay.
I'm
Can
not
you
going
do
to
that?
do
If you
I'm
want
not
to
going to
a
do any
video
more. You can keep your stinky
okay,
money. You can keep your filthy money. You
then
can
f
keep your
you.
filthy money. What? Say it to my face.
Then f you.
Why?
Because you're a fucking asshole.
Why am I? Why would you say that? Because you're filthy, man?
And do a video
Because you're
because
asking me for a
because they're
video?
not man enough. Because they're not man enough to do
I don't need to
after
be.
this.
I don't need to
Do a
prove that
video
I'm man enough.
recording and then send
Send
to
me
us.
a picture of your IDs. Prove to me who you are. I don't know who you are. I've just communicated with you for the first time today. Prove to me who you are. Send me a picture. Let me see you holding your ID in your hand. Can you do that?
Can you come on WhatsApp? If
Can you
come on
do that?
WhatsApp,
I don't even know what that is, sir. I don't know
then go on
WhatsApp.
Skype. Then that's the lie. Then go on Skype and then we can do a video recording. Then you can show us.
No, sir. Send me your image. Send me your ID.
No,
Prove to me who you are.
you're not being sincere.
No, it means you are not being sincere. I have no idea who the hell you are. I have no idea who the hell you are, son.
If you want to be sure who you're communicating with, then you should be ready to do a video call. It is the best way to identify whoever you're communicating with is a video call. Okay, you can download Skype or WhatsApp and then do a video call with who you're corresponding with. That is the easiest way to identify who you're speaking with. An ID can be faked the same way you Photoshop is flipping.
I don't even know what Photoshop is, sir. I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Then shove it up your eyes. Okay, then shove it up your eyes. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
We'll be able to shove it.
Is this line being recorded?
But
Sir,
it is recorded.
it is.
Recorded for reference purposes as your flip, as your Photoshop flip and Photoshop end is recorded.
You sound
Reference.
like you're some kind of African or something. Are you African? You have that kind of accent, like, you would take a picture like this. Is that you? Wow, you sound really professional here, sir. Please send me a picture of your identification.
Yes, because you're an asset. We know how to deal with your kind.
Send me
You
a
understand?
picture of your
Take a photo of your
identification.
camera.
Send me a picture of your
You don't need
identification.
an identification. I just gave you the easiest way to identify who you're speaking
Take a
to.
picture of yourself with your
Use an
camera.
iPhone.
Take a picture of yourself with your camera.
You're using an
Take a
iPhone.
picture of yourself with your camera. You know why you won't? Because you're not a real man. You're not a real man, sir. You are not a real sir. I don't even know what that is, sir. I don't know what that is.
Go to your app store. Go to your app store. Go to your app store. Go to your app store and tap
Go where?
WhatsApp.
Where,
Download WhatsApp.
where do you want me to
Download
go?
WhatsApp or Skype, and then we can do video call. Okay. Then
Where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to go?
Know you are. We don't know you, and we don't want to communicate with you anymore.
Where do you want me to go?
From that back, and the account will be completely closed. Okay.
Close the damn accounts. You have not proven anything real. I'm not real. I have sent you pictures of the documents that I have. You have sent me nothing. You have sent me nothing. There is no Photoshop picture.
The Photoshop and the photo you sent is like the hand of a 20-something-year-old boy, not a 70-year-old man. Okay, so that hand is not real, and the photo is photoshopped, and that's why it is not.
I don't even know.
It's blurring. The bank will never give you that. Now do a video, and then you say you don't know how to do a video. That is a blatant lie, because you use an iPhone the same way you hit the old button and go to the camera. You can as well go there and go to video and do a video recording of the slate and yourself, and then send it first. Then we will take you serious. Okay?
What?
Yeah.
What did you say? Are you kidding me right now? Everything
Go
that
to
I've
your
done?
camera, go to your camera, go to
Sir,
your camera.
why would I? Sir, you told me, you said some swear words to me. You're very vulgar to me, and you're supposed to be the manager of a bank,
I am the person
a financial
manager. That is
institution.
why I have the audacity. I am the
You
person
don't have
manager.
any
That is
authority
the
to talk
person
to
the
anyone the way
manager.
you're talking to me.
That is why I have the audacity to speak with you like this. We deal with your kind of laws,
You-
okay? We have a lot
You
of
you deal
that
with
kind
my
of coming
kind.
to us every
What does
day
that
for
mean?
false claim, okay?
What
So
does that mean?
if you cannot do as we say, then we will be ready to treat you as a jackass, okay? Now you can take this
Wow.
anywhere. It is recorded for reference purposes, and we have our documentation recorded for reference purpose. So
Recorded for reference purpose. We have it recorded for reference purpose. Do you hear yourself? You sound like an idiot. Go to your app store. Go to your app store. Go to your app. Remember when you said that? You sound like an idiot. You sound like a buffoon. You sound like a Rudy Poo. You know what? I think what you're a doo-doo eating, vomit tasting, pee drinking, jelly donut making, hoe slapping, kitty cat licking, zest pool swimmer. I think that's what you are. Yeah, that's right. You're quiet. You're silent. Because you can't say anything back to me. Because you're very vulgar. You're a rude man. You're a disgusting human being trying to take advantage of me, sir. It's disgusting what you're doing. Hang up on here. Hang up on here. Come on. Hang up on here. Hang up on here. Come on. How many of you are there, huh? How many of you are there? Be a man. Be a man. I know it's early morning where you are right now. I know it's early in the morning. All your emails come back stamped with the time. And I saw it. This is not real. This cannot be real. There's no way a real institution would ever talk to someone like this. No way. It's not possible. Not at all. But you're quiet because you know there's nothing you can say to me. That's okay. I'll wait here. I'll wait for you to hang up. You can hang up. I'll just wait here. Are you ready to talk? Are you ready to be a man? Are you? Are you ready? Are you ready? Huh, son? Are you ready? Are you ready to be a man and start talking to me? Are you ready? Where did you go, Mr. Peters? You've been quiet for almost 2 minutes. Where did you go, Mr. Peter? Mr. Peters? No problem. I'll give you a call back, sir.
Ridiculous, man. All the stuff that he was just saying to me, unfreaking real, man. Who talks to someone like that?
The TextNow subscriber you are trying to reach is not available. Please leave your message after the tone.
Mr. Peters, this is Gary Willikers. Call me back. You're very rude. And I'm going to be reporting you to your bank, to your management. There's no way you can speak to someone the way you spoke to me. I'm going to keep calling you back. This is unbelievable. You called me like that, you're going to see now.
I then spent the next 20 to 25 minutes literally bombarding him with phone calls over and over and over again. At times he would pick up and go quiet, at which point I would play sirens. I don't want to do that to your ears because it's horrible. I did it on purpose to hurt his ears, but eventually they ended up hanging up and would not take my call again. So after this conversation ends, right away I send an email to Mrs. Langan and I say,
Mrs. Langan, Mr. Peters was extremely rude to me. He swore at me on numerous occasions. Please let your superiors know. Thank you, Gary.
The bank then replies back with, he just spoke with me and he said you were joking and making mockery of our reputable financial institution, and besides, you did not make the payment all along and you were playing with me. Gary, I am so disappointed at you for lying. Why would you ever lie to me and to this bank? You would have just said you cannot afford it because you don't have the money at the moment instead of lying and making mockery of us. Have a blessed day. I then reply with,
Mrs. Langan, when my wife passed away, I was left with the life insurance policy money. I've been able to live comfortably. I was excited to have been chosen for this donation, as I would have done a lot of good with the money. Unfortunately, I feel I've been misled and lied to, not by you, but by Mr. Peters. He was very rude, and he swore and said many other vulgarities to me, the which I will not stand to hear. He told me he had complete authority to speak to me as he wanted to, but he does not. I'm disappointed a disgusting man like that could have any position of power in any organization. I've dealt with men like him my whole life. They suffer from insecurities and feel the need to abuse people to feel like they have any type of power. Unfortunately for him, God knows that the way he spoke to me is not how anyone should speak to anyone. Please report him to the higher authorities. Mr. Townsend and yourself have been of great help. Mr. Peters, and please forgive my language, but he is a jackass. Have a blessed day, Gary.
At this point, I'm trying to take shots at the scammer to let him know that I think he's a jerk. The next morning, they replied back with this. Thank you. We shall take care of Mr. Peters. I am sorry about your late wife. You are also disappointed and betrayed the trust I had for you, which I hold in high esteem. But you failed me by making mockery of me, which at a time you made me believe. But I am saddened you had to act this way. God bless and keep you safe. I then sent an email to Joe and said,
Mr. Townsend, I was directed to send a text message. Instead, I was received by an abuse of strong language by a Mr. Peters who kept asking me to go on video, but he would refuse to send me his ID. I do not believe you would be associated with a repugnant man of his character. He is vile, he is rude, and he is just a complete and utter unprofessional slob. Please let your superiors know of his attitude, as he represents your company and the wonderful people who have left this donation behind for me. Thank you, Gary.
I then sent an email to Miss Langan that I'm hoping my words can somehow penetrate these evil people. But this is what I sent.
Miss Langan, I have not betrayed you. The person I feel betrayed by is Mr. Peters. Well, if I must be completely honest with you, none of you have any proof of who you are, and I just realized I did not check all of that before I made the transfer. I'll be asking my bank to reverse the transfer tomorrow, as this seems highly suspicious to me, and the way he spoke to me let me know that there is no way this was ever real to begin with. I wish you a bright future. As a man that is near the end of what I have considered to be a significant life, I can tell you that associations are everything. The more you associate with disgusting and repugnant people like Mr. Peters, the more power his personality will have on you, and eventually you will become a version of him that you will not be happy with as you get older. If not, and I will not ask you your age, as I believe that is not something we should ask any lady. But the day will come when you will have the people like Mr. Peters reflect back on his life, and he will realize that he used people to get gain. He used people to cover up his insecurities, and he used people to profit from them. What good does it do a man to gain worldly possessions if he loses his soul in the process? His heart is dark. I could feel that as I spoke with him, and I pray to God that you will have the vision big enough to express this to your superiors so he can be terminated from his position of negative influence and power. The way he swore at me let me know that God is not in him. I hope he comes to the realization that he can be better, and that he will come to realize that all the money and power he may be after will mean nothing when he is on his deathbed and reflects back on his life. He will not have wished he made more money, because it will not go with him when he dies. He will not wish he had spent more time in the office doing work. He will look back and realize that he should have been kinder to people. He will look back and realize that he lived a life of leisure and pleasure instead of purpose and passion. But the worst thing of all is that he will live with the pain of regret right before he dies, and his life will have been meaningless to him. The truth is incontrovertible, and eventually even the bad ones get caught. I wish there was a way this could have been resolved, but unfortunately it has led to this. Thank you, Miss Langan. I leave you with this message from one of my favorite authors who, like me, loved cats.
And this was my final attempt at seeing if they would click on a freaking link so I could find out where they were located.
All the best, Miss Langan. Gary.
They didn't click. Freak. The bank then replies with this: "Thou shalt not lie. It is in the Bible, and you have contravened the biblical aspect, so why would you ever lie about sending or transferring the account fee? And you claim to preach the Bible? You never sent the money, and there was no way you would have lied about it. Mind you, you really put the integrity of the accountant in disrepute with your lies. You are old enough to be truthful after so much glorious days and years on earth. A singular act of lying can jeopardize an already existing structure and put people in disreputable situation, and you are quoting the Bible. Once again, you betrayed my trust in you, and you disappointed me after all my effort in trying to stand by you on this. Sorry about how Mr. Peter sounded anyways. Have a blessed day and goodbye." I then replied back with,
"Thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbor. Thou shalt honor thy mother and father. I have not lied to you. It is not my problem if you are unable to read the document. My bank refunded my money this morning, and they have contacted the FBI, which has received a copy of our communication. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do for when they come for you? There is a special place in hell for people like you, and I truly hope God has mercy on your souls for trying to use the code to the vid situation to get gain. Goodbye. Hope you all step on a Lego. Gary W."
The bank then finally replied with this: "God bless you. Only a guilty conscience will be scared of FBI and CIA. We shall await their investigation. Stay safe." After all this was done, guys, I contacted the bank to let them know that there was a person who had sent me an email that looked very legit. If you actually went to the hover over the link, it looked like it was to the actual bank. And this is what the bank looked like, the page that they sent. So when I talked to the bank, I said, "There's someone that's impersonating your bank." They then told me they were going to escalate it to their investigation department and so forth and so on. I then got in contact with TextNow, and these are the exchanges that I had with TextNow about this scammer using a TextNow number. Unfortunately, TextNow has not been able to remove the number, and it's still active. And because I realized that TextNow wasn't going to shut the number down, I decided to just call them one more time. They didn't pick up, so I decided to send one final email, and this is what I said. Thanks for joining me on this journey, guys. This is the very first time I ever did an advanced fee scam, and especially in the world that we're living in right now, that to me was something I could not pass up. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. As you can see, there I am dancing. And last but not least, I want to say thank you so much to all the members that have joined. I really appreciate your support. And of course, make sure you check out all these videos here that are provided by YouTube for you to check out. They think you will probably like them. That's it for me. I'll catch you next time. Peace!